neighbours for years, and to people who care for them and feed them. They often give oddly touching gifts in return. The ongoing connection between humans and crows, a cultural coevolution, has changed both species for millions of years. Scientist John Maslow teams up with artist, naturalist Tony Angel. It's a double L. I don't know if it's like angel. I'm just gonna say angel. Teams up with artist, naturalist Tony Angel to tell amazing stories of these brilliant birds. With Maslow's extraordinary original research on the intelligence and startling abilities of corvids. So corvids are the family of bird that crow belongs to. So ravens are another part of the corvid family, and also the American and Northern European magpie. Yeah, they're also corvids. The Australian magpie is not related at all. Crows, ravens, and jays. Jays are another type of bird that are in the corvid family. Angel's gorgeous line drawings and a lively joint narrative. The authors offer an in-depth look at these complex creatures and the traits and behaviours we share, including language, delinquency, frolic, passion, wrath, risk-taking, and awareness. Crows gather around their dead, warn of impending doom, recognize people, commit murder of other crows. That's somewhat ironic when you think about it. A murder of crows. Murdering crows. Lure animals to their death. Swill coffee and drink beer. Yeah. Design and use tools, including cars as nutcrackers, and windsurf and sled to play. Actually, that's fascinating. I recommend you look up videos of crows sliding down snowy rooftops. So, yeah, they just do that for fun. With its abundance of funny, awe-inspiring, and poignant stories, Gifts of the Crow portrays creatures who are nothing short of amazing. I might be a little bit biased, but I kind of agree. So, Gifts of the Crow. How perception, emotion, and thought allow smart birds to behave like humans. These are just some quotes from various publications, full of clear and detailed accounts of research. Ellipses. Remarkable. The New York Times. Angel's illustrations of birds are exquisitely detailed. The book will instill in many readers a sense of wonder and curiosity at what these birds can do. An insightful look at some of our surprisingly capable feathered friends. That's Kirkus Reviews. I think I'll skip the rest. I don't want to get stuck there. Actually, another 2 pages of them. This is just from the author. They write, to crows, so often maligned, and the people whom they engage, so often ignored. And I think I'm starting to turn people around, but even when I became fascinated with these birds, I could sense this like weirdness or vibe of weirdness that people had, like, why are you so obsessed with crows? So I kind of get where they're coming from there. This is the preface. A blue-black crow perches regally almost hourly, delivers food to his mate and 3 fledglings, while also keeping watch for any threat to the nest. Suddenly, he turns his head, calls softly, "Caw," and glides away, landing on a lamppost directly above a blonde woman. The woman, Liana Holmes, smiles and calls him Bella, as she offers him a breakfast of eggs and meat, which she prepares daily. Bella, in return, presents his special gift, recognizing Liana and participating in this routine with her. His gift to Liana is more abstract than what he provides his bird family, but it is powerful nonetheless. It is the ephemeral and profound connection to nature that many people crave. Bella gives a slightly different gift this morning to my team as we walk through the same campus. For Bella knows us and we know him. 5.5 years ago, we captured Bella and affixed light plastic rings to his legs for identification. So whenever he sees us, the old crow cocks his head, stares, takes flight, and swoops low right at us, screaming a harsh call that we immediately recognize as a bird scold. I have fantastic memories and can recognize faces really well. His family and neighbours hear the cry and join in, flying toward Bella to support his attack. And soon they too share his rage. The mobbing crows circle and scream above our heads, just as they would do to a predator. Bella's discriminating actions give us remarkable and invaluable information, proving that crows can recognize and remember human faces. We wonder when or if it will ever forget or forgive us. The gifts of the crow are physical, metaphorical, and far-reaching. Some, like Bella, provide understanding and companionship. Others have delivered sparkling glass, plastic toys, and candy hearts to their human benefactors. Some have dropped from the sky and shocked the strangers by saying hello. A raven, with its natural curiosity and conspicuous manner, can lead a hunter to game or alert a search party to the whereabouts of an injured person. A magpie or jay can brighten a cold day by pecking softly at a window to beg for its daily ration of food. These birds are corvids, members of the avian family Corvidae, which includes nutcrackers, jays, ravens, magpies, and crows. We will consider many of the gifts with which corvids enrich the lives of people and the action of nature in the chapters ahead. And we will argue that a corvid's ability to quickly and accurately infer causation is itself a natural gift. It has survival value. This and other demonstrations of its mental prowess are gifts that all birds, and most likely their dinosaur ancestors, gained through evolution. A lot of people forget that, but birds are actually descendants of dinosaurs. That's probably our only link to dinosaurs that we have. Crows' close association with humans has inspired art, language, legends and myths. Corvids have their own form of eloquence, as they exercise mischief, playfulness and passion. They also lead us to reflect on their common behaviours with us and other sentient creatures and empower us with a deeper understanding of nature. People from all walks of life eagerly recount the antics of their former pet crows, or enthusiastically tell us authors about the fascinating, sometimes troubling behaviours perpetrated by their local jays, magpies and ravens. In this book, we celebrate their accounts along with others we have found in the scientific and popular literature, because these rare and exceptional behaviours cannot be limited to the few specialised researchers who study corvids. Some scientists are dismissive of citizens' reports, viewing them as unreliable or unexplainable because of lay people's lack of formal training, lack of documentation, over-interpretation, and uncontrolled influences. To be sure, we have encountered descriptions of events laden with hyperbolic and seasoned with more imagination than fact, but we were compelled to investigate them nonetheless and to interview the people who made the observations in order to verify the events. Taken individually, such stories are anecdotal, but collectively they provide a unique body of information that stimulates scientific exploration and becomes an assemblage of possibilities. So before I continue there, there's an old fable, an old Greek fable, one of Aesop's fables, about the crow and the pitcher. So these stories are thousands of years old, the stories of crows. And so it's just fascinating because we've been doing this for centuries and it's still not very common knowledge. That's what I find the most interesting. It's like we've been watching these birds since that time, since ancient Greece, and that was always assumed by most people to be fiction. But if you read that, basically what he talks about in that fable is a crow that it sees a pitcher of water and it can't see the water. It just knows that water's inside, but it can't reach it. So it drops rocks into the pitcher so that the water level rises. It basically understands the concept of displacement, displacement of volume. A bird knows that, or a crow in this case. And Aesop's fable is about that concept. And yet, they have actually been witnessed and documented doing that. Like there's videos of crows doing that. They're very, very smart. We draw from this cross-cultural collection to offer many intriguing stories about corvids, fascinating behaviours, as we explore the anatomy and physiology of the bird brain. We have tested these anecdotes, such as those of the crow that summoned dogs, or the ravens that windsurfed, putting them through the scientific process. We evaluated each report for believability, precedence in the scientific and cultural literature, and the mental ability a bird would need to act in such a manner. We came to know the bird and the citizen scientist behind the observation, as we examined as completely as possible what causes people and birds to share such poignant moments. We recognize the intelligence and adaptability of this unique group of birds and base every thesis about their human-like behaviours on how the brain of a bird is known to function. Through brain scanning technology, which allows us to see within the crow's grey matter. We first glimpse how a crow's brain works through a problem. To date, most of the understanding of the inner working of the crow brain was derived from what was known from a few mammals and detailed investigations of song learning in birds. We hope that you will find, as we have, that understanding some of the neurobiological processes of crows adds mightily to your appreciation of how these remarkable creatures operate so successfully in our dynamic world.